Hi everyone, sorry it's taken me so long to make a new video. I've been busy with school. For those of you that have been keeping up with my videos, you know that I'm in AIT right now. So we started classes and I've just been busy studying. So the next time I make a video, it might be a while, but I'll definitely keep you guys updated. I'm going to talk about blue phase in this video. I made a list right here just so I can remember a few things I want to talk about. And if I leave anything out, I will go ahead and add it into the next video. Blue phase is typically 7, 8, and 9 weeks at BCT. My company, again, like I always say this, it depends on your company, but we switched over to blue phase, I want to say in week 8.5. And that's because my company was not well disciplined, and specifically my platoon was not well disciplined. So we switched over kind of late. In blue phase, we did this thing called a night infiltration course, and that's where we had a 249 shooting over our head. We had mock mortar attacks and like all this other stuff going off around us. It was a lot of fun. Basically low crawling for 30 to 45 minutes depending on how fast you are with your weapon in your hand, just getting really muddy and dirty, and you're crawling under concertina wire, and it's a little scary. You're in full battle rattle, you have your IBA on, your Kevlar helmet, just all this other stuff. So that was a lot of fun. That's one of the last things that you do in blue phase. Also, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, so when you move up to blue phase, you get a phone call. So that was nice too. I think we got a 30-minute phone call, so got that. Also, we did a 3-night and 4-day field stay. And because it was really hot, because I went during the summer, because it was really hot, we got to come back to the barracks every day. So I think we went back to the barracks from, I want to say it was like 11 o'clock till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, like the hottest time of the day. So we would go back and we'd shower and stuff like that and get our stuff ready to go back to the field. Not everyone gets lucky to do that. Most of the time, you're out there the whole time without a shower. So when I found that out in the beginning, I was like, oh, we're not going to get to shower, like that's disgusting, but you just learn to deal with it. I was like, whatever, I'm in the Army now, so I figured I was going to go ahead and suck it up, but we did get to go back and shower because it was so hot. Again, it just depends on when you go and what your company is like. So during the field stay, we stayed in these shack-like house things. We stayed on a FOB, so a forward operating base. That's what FOB stands for. And there was, I want to say there's like 15 of us per house thing or shack. I don't even know what it's called. But we stayed in one of those, and we stayed on cots. So that was my first time staying on a cot. That was interesting. We also packed our rucks full of our gear, and you'll learn that that's what you do in BCT too. You take your rucksack everywhere. I mentioned that in an earlier video. But, so there were 15 females per house, and then obviously the males were in a different, like they were in the same area as us, but staying in different houses. And then we ran just basically drills, and just basically it was our chance to show the drill sergeants what we had learned in basic. They had a fake village for us, so like we basically worked on urban operations, so like how to raid a village and like go through it and stuff, and that was a lot of fun. It was kind of overwhelming because I felt pressured because we were being tested on what we learned and everything. Like we had fake ammo, and we were pulling guard the entire time, like on towers, and just a whole bunch of other stuff. It's a lot of fun. So we did that. The only thing that sucked is that it was really hot, so just make sure that you're staying hydrated, even if it's not summer. Like, it's really important as a soldier to stay hydrated. Always have a water source on you. Let's see. Also, the entire time that you're out there for FTX, which stands for Field Training Exercise, by the way, we got field chow while we were out there. So basically, the drill sergeants would go to the chow hall and pick up the food and bring it back. And that's nice, though, because I'd rather have field chow over an MRE any day. I don't like MREs. I've mentioned that in the previous videos also, just because there's so many calories and they're really heavy, and it's a bad day if you don't get peanut butter in your MRE. So I don't like MREs. We got field chow most of the time we were out there. let's see. So we did a Ruck March. I want to say that's the very last thing we did was Ruck March. And the Ruck March was 16K. It was 16K. And we started that at 6 o'clock at night, and I think we ended around, I want to say it was 10 or 11. It took us 4 hours roughly to do it. And I think we got 2 breaks the entire time. So that was hard. Our rucks were, I think they were 25 pounds maybe. They weren't supposed to be any heavier than 20 pounds, but honestly, with all the stuff that we packed, I want to say it was heavier than 20 pounds. It was long. My feet hurt, and by that time in basic, your body is just done. Like, you're just ready to be done. So my body was hurting. I'm pretty sure my foot was fractured at the time, but I didn't want to go to sick call because I didn't want to get put on profile and miss out on things and get recycled and have to stay there longer than I had to, because like they always say, the quickest way out is to graduate. So I just sucked it up and I limped the entire Ruck March, but it's motivating because you're almost done and you have this ropes ceremony after. It's like a rite of passage, and it's basically where you get coined by the commander, and just basically a speech saying congratulations, you made it through basic. And you know, it's just a transformation from a civilian to a soldier, and it feels rewarding because you're finally done at that point. So we had that right after our Ruck March, so that was really motivating the entire time. The only thing I could think about was, oh my gosh, I'm almost done, and I'm gonna see my family soon, and that's what got me through the Ruck March. So like I said, make sure you're drinking lots of water. The Ruck March is not easy, especially, like, even if you're fit, it's not easy. I really felt like I went into basic training, like, not too, like, out of shape. I was in ROTC before, Air Force ROTC, and, I mean, we would PT every day. So, actually, we didn't PT every day. I think it was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that we PT'd, but still, it's like, I felt like I was in shape, and it was one of the hardest things that I've done physically, is those Ruck Marches. Like, I would have panic attacks and other things. Like, it's really hard and stressful on your body. So just make sure that you're eating properly, like I've said, and just drink lots of water. So after that, we had family day. You're going to have a family day. So family day is the day before graduation, and that's the most exciting thing. Like, that's what I looked forward to the entire time I was at basic, is family day. Also, just to let you know, they will let you know when your family can buy their ticket, so you don't need to stress about, you know, it's funny because, like, we would always be like, drill sergeant, when can we tell our family to buy a graduation ticket? Drill sergeant, what time is family day? Like, we would always ask all these questions about graduation, and they'd be like, private, you don't even know if you're going to graduate. You're not even going to graduate. Just, like, say all these negative things. So just don't even ask until you're done with your Ruck March, because that's the last thing. So, and they'll become, like, really cool and easygoing, so they'll answer your questions easily. But anyway, so we had family day, and ours was from 1100 to 2100. So we got a good amount of time with our family. The thing is, because my family, they weren't even going to make it for family day. I think they came in later. So most of the day I battle buddied. I was with a couple of my battles that I was with through basic. Their family didn't end up coming either, so we just hung out and relaxed and stuff like that. Actually, one of my battle buddies had her family come. So what they did is they signed me out and some other females that I was with, and we all went off base and relaxed. And me and a couple other girls got a hotel room and we just relaxed in front of the TV, and we got to change into regular clothes as long as we stayed inside of the hotel room, because you're not allowed to wear civilians. It's a privilege. So you're supposed to be, what we did is we wore our Class B blues, so you had to wear that off post on graduation day, which is kind of lame, but it's life, it happens. So we chilled in the room, and we just relaxed. It was nice to be away from the whole, military setting for a while. So yeah, my family came in at I want to say they came in at 1800 that day, and so I went out to dinner with them, and after that, my mom took me back on base, and I checked back in with the drill sergeants, and I had my phone that day. We got our phone. throughout the entire day, but then we had to turn it back in once we got back to post. So turned in my phone, and then the next day was graduation, and we got our phone again. Let me just tell you, you're going to practice graduation over and over and over and over again. I want to say we practiced it like 4 or 5 times. It's really boring, but at least you'll be prepared. So we did that and graduated, and let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Sorry, I'm way ahead of myself. My mind just jumps around. I'm sure you guys have noticed that. But anyway, so you have to also, you're carrying around your M4 the entire time you're at basic. I've mentioned that too. So you go ahead and turn that in the day before family day, and you have to make sure it's completely clean. My drill sergeants actually had white gloves on, so they were checking to make sure the bolt was clean, you know, just everything. And the thing is, if you maintain your weapon throughout BCT, if you make sure that you're cleaning it when they give you the opportunity to clean it, then it's not that bad to clean. Like, I kept up with mine the entire time, so mine wasn't bad to clean. They know that your weapon's not going to be perfectly clean, so they found like a little bit of dirt, but it wasn't that big of a deal. For the most part, they want it clean. Especially, like, it just depends on which drill sergeant you go to also. Like, I mean, there's some that are more strict than others. Let's see. Oh, another thing is too, so when you're able to go off post with your family and go out to eat, your stomach's gonna hurt because you have not been eating anything besides chow food. Your stomach's gonna hurt really bad. I ate chow I ate in the chow hall for 2.5 months. So by the time I was able to go off and have a steak, my stomach was hurting when I got back. I also indulged in a whole bunch of sweets because it had been a while since I ate any. So yeah, just be prepared for that. Also, your mannerisms in the chow hall it's gonna follow you. I went out in public and I was eating with my family, and I was drinking my drink like this. So in the chow hall, they make you hold your cup like this when you drink, because you're basically mocking how you hold a grenade, because you throw grenades at BCT. So we had to hold our cups like this and drink like this. So even in public, I caught myself doing that. So that was pretty embarrassing. Also, when I went out to eat with my family, I ate super fast. That was embarrassing because my family was probably a minute into their meal and I was already finished. That was really embarrassing. I ate really fast. My aunt's like, "Are you okay? You just ate that whole thing." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Gosh, have you not eaten?" I'm like, "Well, I'm just used to eating fast." Like, we would have, 7 minutes to eat, but you just get used to eating really fast. So yeah, after graduation, I want to say we had from 1,200 to roughly 2,000 for graduation with our family. So spent the day with them. Then my mom dropped me back off on post, and that was hard too. I started crying because I was like, okay, well, I'm probably not going to see my family for a while again. And what helped me is that I thought about people that are deployed right now, and I just figured that they're going through a harder time than I am. And the thing is, technology has evolved, and it's gotten a lot easier because we can FaceTime and Skype with our families. So, yeah, I went up into the room, and my battle buddy Miller, she is going to OCS, so she was able to go home. She was the one person out of our whole BCT out of our whole company that got to go home that day, because everyone else was shipping to AIT the next day. So she packed up her stuff, and we were getting ready to check back in, and I happened to look over, and she walked out the door like she was leaving with all of her stuff. And so I ran out the door. I dropped all my stuff, and I ran out the door. I was like, "Miller, you didn't say bye to me." And she looked up at me from the staircase, and she goes, "Kane, I was trying to leave without saying bye because you're going to make me cry." And we both just started bawling because we went through everything together. I love Miller. She's one of my really good friends, and honestly, like I've mentioned, she helped me get through basic. So just find someone that is a Miller for you, because Miller, she kept my head on the entire time. So said bye to her, and then we basically packed up all of our stuff that night. And we got back our black bag that they had locked away the entire time we were at basic. They gave us back our black bag with all of our civilian stuff in it and our makeup, and so that was like, oh my gosh, I got our stuff back finally. And we packed up our lockers and everything else, and we turned in our phones again that night. And the next day we woke up and they gave us our phone back, and we were ready to ship off to AIT. So I shipped off around, I think we took a bus around 10:00 to the airport, which was 2 hours away from BCT. And my family met me at the airport, so that was nice. I got to chill with them for a while and relax and just spend time with them, last minute time with my grandparents and my mom and my aunt. And then it was time to board the plane, so I said goodbye to them at the gate. And I was upset the day before because I wasn't sure that if I was going to see them the next day. So it was nice seeing them again for a couple hours. And then so I said bye to them, and I shipped off to AIT. And we had a layover while we were at the airport, so we arrived really late at the airport where my AIT is. And I remember I was in a group of like, I don't know, I want to say there was like roughly 13 of us, and I looked for the USO at the airport, and the sergeant was standing outside, and I went up to him like, Sergeant, we're here. Our plane was a little late because it was delayed. There was bad weather, and you could totally tell we were straight out of basic because we dropped our bags off because we were waiting for the bus, and we were just standing in formation at parade rest. We were really quiet, and he's like, you guys can relax, you guys are good, just like sit down and go get some snacks if you need it. And we're just like standing there like this, like quiet, like, oh, okay, like we weren't used to someone being so nice to us because we've just been like, you know, well disciplined at that point. So you'll learn that things are a lot more relaxing in AIT, which is why I have my phone. That's really nice. Like I said, I can call my family when I want to. And let's see, that's pretty much it. The sergeant drove us to our barracks, and we got put in rooms, and we didn't really get to pick who we wanted to room with. I got roomed with Hardin. It was just like who we were standing next to, so he put me with Hardin, which was nice. You guys met Hardin, and I also have another roommate now. Her name is Pike, but you guys can meet her later. I'm going to go ahead and make another video on AIT. In the next one, I will talk about my arrival at AIT and all that other stuff. So you guys take care, and if you have any questions, let me know.